Hello everybody, it is Andrew's Weather Predictions here. Today I'm going to be talking about kind of what's been happening over the last few days and what's happening right now, so let's get into it. Currently we have I'm going to call it a outbreak of severe weather ongoing across the Carolinas and into the Appalachian Mountains. We've probably had a few tornadoes today, and Storm Chaser said that this one was probably on the ground right here, so I think we have another one right here. Here's a little radar scan here from GR2, so you can see pretty strong rotation with this. Kind of in the middle of a bunch of radar sites, we have another supercell here. But let's get into it. Day 1, as you can see here, severe risks are going to be there, and then after day 1, it's going to get quiet for a while, and really not much is going to happen except in the southeast, where they're going to get isolated rain showers and thunderstorms. Look at our fronts map here. Like I said, really it's going to be pretty isolated activity. And as we move on along to Monday, we could see some severe storms across this area with the front solar system isolated, strong severe storms. As well as Tuesday, we could see severe weather across the southern United States with that warm front in place. And Wednesday, we might be able to see some severe weather in this area, who knows? Or at least thunderstorms in that area. Thursday, probably some thunderstorms along that cold front. Look at our QPF for the next 7 days, and we're expecting a lot of heavy rain across the southeast, including the bullseye being in the Midwest right here, and another bullseye in the southeast, so something to keep mindful. Winter weather is expected to mainly remain over the Rocky Mountain regions and then spread to the upper Midwest. And here's the Storm Prediction Center here. They just issued a mesoscale discussion about a lingering severe threat with damaging wind gusts, tornadoes, and hail, potentially. They did have this at a moderate risk, actually, yesterday and earlier today, but it got downgraded to enhanced due to the fact that models started downtrending this and it wasn't looking as favorable. We have three areas of slight risk, one enhanced, or we have 3 areas of risk, one enhanced, one slight, and one slight over here. We have a 10 sig tornado chance, a 30% wind chance, a 15% hail chance for 2 areas as well. And then the next 3 days it gets quiet. And then day 4 through 8, it's pretty predictability too low for 6 day through 8. And actually, we could actually start to see some severe weather come back into the picture later on, but the model predictability is a little bit too low. Here's the tornado outbreak we had yesterday from Wikipedia Deer. We only have 5 confirmed tornadoes right now. And actually, let me show you the reports. We have 5 tornadoes that have been surveyed. So let's see here. We have 28 tornado reports from yesterday, and it actually went 45 significant tornado across that area right here. I will say, I don't think the 45 sig verified, but I do think overall the high risk verified. There's been a bunch of arguments on Twitter and other social media platforms about if that verified. In my opinion, the 30 sig verified, but not the 45. Still, I do think the 45% was worthy. It's just the environment wasn't able to produce, which is an amazing thing. I mean, still, we ended up with injuries and significant tornado damage across this area from many supercells, but we didn't get as much as we thought we would, which is amazing. And then today's been kind of underwhelming as well. I do think we've had a few tornadoes across North Carolina and Virginia. We'll get the surveys in later tomorrow and throughout the rest of the week. But we've had a pretty decent severe weather day today. We'll probably have more reports coming here later tonight. Current environment in Wilmington suggests a pretty favorable environment for tornadoes going forward. And if we actually go down there, oh, new tornado warning actually just got posted for Virginia. That's pretty significant. But if we do look down there, we do have a pretty significant severe weather producing thunderstorm down there. If I do end up looking at, as we have a water spout, possible severe thunderstorm warning, and another storm out here with some pretty strong rotation, if I remember right. Let's check that out. It's going to take a second to load. Yeah, we have pretty strong rotation right out here. Probably a very significant water spout ongoing. And we'll probably have another water spout here. Now let's take a look at the GFS. I gotta log in here. So let's take a look at the GFS first off. We'll take a look at that. We're just going to run through the precip here over the next few days. Nothing really too much. We see this low pressure develop and it moves northward, and then another surface low forms, bringing some thunderstorm potential. It actually shows some thunderstorms for me. Then it shows a potential Dixie Alley severe event, and then another. This would probably be a Dixie Alley severe maker as well. Probably be a significant event because of that low pressure being so far south. Could bring some strong storms to the northeast. Another large-scale winter storm is possible again, bringing severe weather to Dixie Alley, the Ohio Valley, and kind of those areas. And as we go further out here, we see another system develop. So, well, the pattern's going to be likely going to be becoming active, or not likely, it's going to stay active. It's just the next 4 to 5 days are not going to be that favorable for tornadoes and severe weather. I mean, other than today. Taking a second to load here, taking this little sweet old time. As we do work our way here, later on, you do see, we start to see a little bit of a short wave develop. Now, the GFS doesn't really show it that well. Starts to show up, brings in isolated severe events of portions of the plains and Dixie Alley, and then another one forms. That might be a more significant severe weather maker, we'll see. But pretty negatively tilted trough. And then we have another. This one could be significant. We'll see if this keeps on showing up. That would probably be a severe weather outbreak for the plains and up into the Midwest and Dixie Alley if that were actually to come to fruition. We'll see if this will happen. It's pretty far out. And then let's look at the dew points this far out here. Let's take a look at those dews. So, we do end up looking at these dew points here. It's pretty dry right now across the United States. But then a little bit of some more moist air comes in later this week, and yes, the GFS disabled under the dew points and stuff, so I wouldn't be surprised to see more upper 50s further north up here, more supportive for some severe thunderstorms. We'll go check the Euro in a second, and then another wave comes up for Dixie and the Carolinas and stuff, and another wave bringing in potentially some more severe weather, and another one, and another. Okay, that's actually pretty good. I'm just gonna take a sounding from my area, just cherry pick one, see what I can get up there. Okay, that's not terrible for severe thunderstorms. Not a tornado producing sounding though. But as we go along there, boom. Let's take a look at your surface-based cape, and we'll just go, we'll just go throughout the whole run here, and let's just see if there's any. And then we're actually gonna probably take some soundings where there is some. We'll stop it. So it looks like the planes get active with the drop. I'm just gonna cherry pick a sounding here. I know I shouldn't be cherry picking, but we're gonna do it anyway. Okay, that's just a hail threat. I'm gonna take one like over my area. I kind of want to see what it's showing like right over my area here. That would be supportive. This is mainly looking like a hail threat from the soundings I'm pulling here. Then a bunch of instability gets up into Dixie, more on the Carolinas, another dry line, more instability for me, more for the Carolinas again, and then another. Pretty interesting. Let's actually stop. Let's actually use the Euro now. This is where we're going to be going really in depth here. The Euro, and then we'll look at the Canadian. Oh wait, no, the Euro. The Euro. The Euro. We've had a lot of ingredients added. I think I've mentioned this in past videos when doing middle to longer range forecast. But the Euro has had a lot of stuff get added to it. So let's take a look at your most unstable cape here. So the Euro ends up showing a dry line, not as significant of a response as what the GFS does, but let's actually stop it at hour 148. That's an interesting return for the Midwest here, 150. Let's see here. So if this were to come for fruition here, we probably would have we probably have a little bit of a weak tornado event across the Midwest here. We have some 850 millibar winds. We also have the 500 millibar jet kind of in that area. Take a look if there's any precip over there. Let's see here. There's enough forcing for some isolated thunderstorms with that. Who knows? Maybe some severe weather. And yeah, the Euro ends up showing a favorable environment for some isolated tornadoes, for maybe a weak and brief tornado, but hail would be your main threat out of this because of those lapse rates being so high. We move along here to 0Z. We start to see that low kind of get more stretched out there. Still a severe weather threat. Why don't we go to the next day at 18Z? Ooh, Dixie getting ready to fire up here. Oh yeah, that's a for sure Dixie event. Holy cow. The first sounding I click. Oh my god. Okay, so let's analyze this. I'm kind of crazy out here. Look at that cape profile. Holy crap. Very favorable hodograph, favorable lapse rates, extremely strong low-level jet, low LCL heights promoting surface-based activity, and some surface veering. And you gotta love it. Meme. But all memes aside with the PDS Tour sounding, all memes aside with the hazard type, pretty good sounding here. And it's legit the first sounding I click too. That is hilarious. I clicked it right on the low pressure. I think I clicked it like right here or something. I don't know. Let's take a look at what it's showing down here though. Oh my goodness, that would be pretty darn significant right here. Yeah, there's an area of 70 dew points. How fun. And then it moves further north. Okay, this would be another significant severe weather event if this were to come to fruition here. Look at your 850 millibar jet. It's screaming across Louisiana. Oh my goodness. 500 millibar jet. This is actually something you really need to watch, though. Yeah, this is something we need to watch. If models come into agreement with this setup, we're going to be talking about some problems. Another potential significant setup for Dixie. And, I mean, this year is looking like a Dixie year. Wow, look at how deep that trough digs. Look at that negative till. That would be some problems for Dixie Alley right there if this were to come to fruition. Let me check if the Canadian shows this setting up, because if the Canadian shows this, then I'll start to get into more of a worried state. Oh, the Canadian shows it too, and further north. Okay, yeah, the Canadian shows even more of a significant tornado event happening. Yep, the Canadian shows more of a significant tornado event than what the Euro showed happening. Okay, pack all your bags home and... Okay, I'm just jumping. First sounding I click again. Holy crap. 400 surface to 3 kilometer shear. Very large hodograph. 3,000 joules per kilogram of keep. A low LCL height. And a lot of veering promoting potential for supercells. I'm just going to say it right now. If this keeps trending, we're going to see a 15% risk added from the SPC. Why don't I check the GFS? The GFS has it in a totally different spot. Let me just check a sounding right here. South Central Georgia. North of the warm front. Classic GFS moment. No instability. Okay, so the GFS just craps on the event like normal. And it also shows it being a bit speedier, which the GFS has showed a lot faster of systems recently, so I'm not going to trust that. What about the GFS para? Okay, yep, the para, the Euro, and the Canadian are agreeing. Never a good thing. We're going to take a sounding right here. Oh my god. Okay. That is a very steep instability pocket. 300 SRH, a well-rendered hodograph. This has big, big potential. We really, really need to watch this. And I wasn't even looking at long-range models at all. This is actually medium range now. Or getting into within medium range. This is a week from today. A week from today. Now, don't go too crazy yet. But the models are really, really starting to pinpoint right in here is going to really need to watch next week. Like, really, really need to watch next week. Late week. I would not be surprised if the Storm Prediction Center pulls a 15% soon on this, because this is having a lot more models starting to agree with it. The GFS is the only one that doesn't agree with it, and we've seen for the past that when the GFS doesn't agree with the setup, it's not going to be a good setup. I mean, it's the GFS, and it always speeds systems up. So when you have the other 4 models agreeing, it's a check, 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 and a check. Never a good thing when you can check off 4 out of the 5 long-range models. Now, why don't we see if we can check off a 6th? Let's go over to the GEFS. This is going to be around hour 174 on this new run here. We're going to look at the mean supercell composite. We're going to see what this shows. And remember, the mean, this is counting out all the members. Okay, so this is showing again, another very, it's showing, this is 168 hours out, and it usually doesn't give that much confidence. It's showing values of 1 to 2 already. That's pretty concerning. Yeah, it's showing some 3s in Louisiana. Showing another event on Sunday. Why don't we check Sunday? Sunday's a little bit further out, so I'm not sure if that's going to happen, but let's check Sunday. Sunday is, it's a little bit further out. It's like right here. This is about on the cusp of where I would check the models. Is about 240 hours out. That's a very strong signal off the para for a Midwest event and Plains event. Yeah. What about the Euro? What about the Euro here? The Euro shows a Dixie event on Sunday as well, trying to set up. Oh yeah, 100%. There's a nice little 850 jet streak. Yeah, it shows a pretty significant setup happening here. Yeah, it shows a Dixie setup. Not significant, but there. The low pressure's a bit further north, so it'd probably be more of a Midwest event than anything. If the dudes can make it up there. I mean, still Dixie could do something, but I'm just surprised I pulled 3 absolutely significant soundings the first time I clicked on every model. Why don't we look at the 18Z pair and see if it shows the same darn thing, because the 18Z is out. It literally shows the exact same thing. How much instability? It shows the exact same thing. Oh wait, that was the model one I was looking at earlier. What about the E18Z GFS? Nope, it shows a drawer. Okay, so like I said, the GFS is a bit behind with this, so we'll have to see what happens. Let's look at the SIPS analogs. So the analogs are already starting to point out a large, broad area over here. And they're pointing out the most significant threat to be in here. The most significant. We'll really have to watch this. It's looking like another very active period. Maybe even up to the Midwest. And then day 8 too. Another significant south. We really have to watch this. I thought I pulled up Weather Belt earlier, but I guess I didn't, so we're going to pull that up right now. And just go into it from here. We're going to look at the instantaneous flash rate like I normally do. Euro wave. Wait, no, wait, not the Euro wave. Okay, boom. Let's look at the instantaneous flash rate for y'all. 12-0, and let's just put it into motion. So there's today. Nothing really significant yet. Isolated storms in the north with the front. Okay, potential severe weather in the plains. Okay, that would be some severe weather in the plains right here. Isolated severe weather in the plains. Then as we move on here, Dixie Alley severe weather. In Illinois, strong thunderstorms, not strong ones. Dixie Alley severe weather. Dixie Alley severe weather. Mid-Atlantic severe weather. Northeast thunderstorms. And then potentially another Dixie event on hour 240. So that's what the instantaneous flash rate says. But I think I have gone into everything I have wanted to get into with this. If you do enjoy this, please drop a subscribe and like the video, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.